So Leo Messi did an interview responding to Cristiano Ronaldo's words about the World Cup, and he told him that Messi said he's the best player in the world. By the way, Messi said the Euro Cup it's not hard to win. Messi said it doesn't matter if you win the Euro Cup, you should never be the best player in the world based on that. All jokes aside, guys, Messi did an interview with the sport, and that is what an actual grown-up interview should sound like. He could have taken jobs of so many people. He could have taken a job at Cristiano. He could have taken a job at Joan Laporta. So many things he could have done. He keeps taking the high road. This is why he's my goat, man. What a class, elegant guy. And guys, if you guys don't know this, I am hitting you guys back with another Leo Messi video. And this one actually feels kind of special because today we're talking about something that goes really beyond football. Something that almost feels a little spiritual. And we're going to talk about it. I'm going to take you guys there today. Look, if you don't know this, Messi just dropped an interview this morning. And he recorded this 2 weeks ago after he signed the new contract with Inter Miami with the sport. And he said a lot of things. And just yesterday, right, he went to Spain. He went to Barcelona and he took a picture because Argentina is in Elche for the game they're going to have for the international break. But before that, he made one stop. And we talked about it yesterday. He went back to the Camp Nou. And why did I say spiritual a little earlier? Because let me say this. That moment right there when he went to the Camp Nou, that was one of the greatest marketing favors in history he did for Barcelona. And it was free. Can you imagine how much it would have cost Barcelona to hire Lionel Messi just to make an appearance at the Camp Nou? And just so that he can say, oh, I was here and people can talk about it. And actually, you know what? Lionel Messi just pulled it off for free. That's just the kind of guy that he is. And this man just keeps doing good things, in my opinion. Because look, think about it. He went there quietly. No cameras. No press event. Just Messi stepping into the new Camp Nou grass. And to me, it left a symbolic, like God himself came down anointing this field. It's as if his greatness just walked in again and said, good things are going to happen at the Camp Nou because the GOAT himself came here and anointed this stadium. And the lefty and the right foot of this man stepping into the Camp Nou, to me, it was incredible. And now this stadium is blessed with having the presence of the greatest player to ever lace them up. The story says nobody in Barcelona offices knew about this. A security guard had to let him in. He let him in. Can you guys imagine calling in sick that day and if this guy really just covering someone else's shift? How would that guy be feeling right now? I think it would be funny. And you can't just help but to wonder, right? Was that like a little job a Laporta? Was it like Messi saying, I don't need your permission to come home? Because remember, the story of Messi's departure, the pain, that frustration, it goes back and it ties 1,000% on one Joan Laporta. Now, let's talk about what he said on that interview because this is what he told the sport. I did not leave Barcelona as I had imagined. I was left with a strange feeling after my departure because the way everything happened and because I finished my final years without fans. You know, I always picture my ending my entire European career at Barcelona. That was my plan and wish. And you know what? As a cooler, that segment right there, it just truly broke my heart. And I just realized this. I honest to God, I forgot about this. Leo Messi, last season for Barcelona was 2020. What happened in 2020? It was the pandemic year. There was no fans in the stadium. So his last season, he had to play without fans. And the following year, in 2021, he was told he has to leave the club. And it brought me back to that moment when Lionel Messi cried, when Joan Laporta promised to keep him. His entire campaign was around this. I'll be real with you. I think Laporta is the best president we've ever had at Barcelona. But I also think Messi will never forgive him. And I don't think I can either, as a culé. As a true culé. Laporta said letting Messi go would save the club. Did it? Really? Did it? We paid 65 million euros for Ferran Torres. We paid a lot of money. And when I say a lot of money, I mean a lot of money for Lewandowski to Bayern Munich. We paid 60 million euros for Dani Olmo. So you're telling me that we couldn't borrow money or find a sponsorship to keep Leo Messi, the greatest player to ever leave? And Barcelona, let's be honest, financially, I knew this was going to be a problem when he left. I didn't have a channel to talk about it, but I knew it. And I said, marketing-wise, it's not going to help Barcelona's case financially. Because all the money that Leo Messi makes, it's crazy. All the money that he brings, all the revenue, the shirt sales, jersey sales, ticket sales, stadiums, all the people, the ratings. Come on, man. This isn't rocket science. I knew this was not going to be a good thing. And it was supposed to save the club. Did it save it? We're still in massive debt. We can't even register Dani Olmo last season. So come on, man. Something could have been done. Somewhere, somehow, there was a way to do this, and it never got done. And Messi's farewell was robbed by circumstance. First, the pandemic. No fans in the stands. And then in 2021, like I said, Barcelona announces his departure. So they rob him. And from all of us, Leo Messi retiring as the only team that he played for being Barcelona. And we all wanted that. And the fact that it didn't happen, it's truly, truly heartbreaking. And today we can still see Messi's level being up there with the best in the world. You're telling me that you can't plug in Messi with this, how shitty La Liga is right now, and he wouldn't cook there for Barcelona? You're crazy, bro. Have you seen Dani Olmo's level? Messi will spin circles around Dani Olmo at the 10 right now. So here's my take. Two legends of this club, Joan Laporta, Leo Messi, need to sit down, have lunch, talk it out, because this Cold War does not help anyone. Seriously, whether it's Messi coming back as a player for a couple of months, maybe this year, I think this will be the best year if that's ever going to happen. It needs to be in January, this season. And if it's not, then fine. Maybe he can be here as an ambassador after he retires. This relationship has to heal for the betterment of Barcelona. And I'll leave you guys with this. When Messi was asked about the greatest moment, he mentioned a sextuple with Pep Guardiola. And he also mentioned the treble with Luis Enrique. And he said something powerful that I want to share with everyone watching this video. And I open quote, because there's always a game after a game after a game. You never stop and appreciate the moment until it's gone. That right there, my friends, is a moment of wisdom. This is what an interview of someone who is close to retirement should look like. Not the other guy that I don't want to mention right now, but I already made a video about. That right there, my friends, that's life. We chase our goals. We chase our dreams so hard, and we forget to enjoy the process. We forget that the journey, the climb, the chaos, the grind, that right there is the fun part. And it reminds me, and I want to share just a small quote, but I think it fits in perfectly with what Leo Messi said. It was a pilot. When he was a little boy, he used to go with his dad and go fishing at a nearby river. And every time he went with his dad, he would look at planes and he would tell his dad, I want to fly a jet one day. And he kept saying that, I want to fly a jet one day. And he finally did that. And he was up in the air with his co-pilot. He drove by that river and told his co-pilot, chuckling, right? He's like, you see that river down there? The funny thing in life is when I was a little boy, I said, I want to fly a jet one day. And now that I'm flying a jet, now that I'm flying this jet, this plane, all I want is to be down there fishing with my dad. And that's exactly what Leo Messi is trying to say here. We need to be happy in our moments. We need to be happy with what we have. We need to learn how to appreciate every single moment we have with our loved ones, with everybody around us. And it truly broke my heart because I miss I watched Messi and I took him for granted the whole season. And I never really stopped to actually realize how incredible was everything that he accomplished at Barcelona. I know he didn't get as many Champions Leagues. I know he didn't get, sometimes we were favorites but we were so competitive. We were such a good team. And even though we never got every single result that we wanted, we took for granted the greatness of all those years when we had Messi, when we had Iniesta, when we had Xavi, when we had Puyol, we had all these incredible players. And sometimes we say it so fast and we just on to next season, and we never stop to go back and realize. And I think that's what Messi was really trying to say here when he talked about this. And he talked about many other things that I don't have time for. This is a 12-minute video by now. I really just wanted to say a few things that I took away from this interview. And some of those takeaways that I would have is, it feels to me that when he took that picture yesterday, I felt like maybe something was happening, maybe something was here. Now that I have a whole day to think about, it's starting to feel, and I'm looking at this interview, I'm starting to think that this may not happen. It may not ever happen unless somebody else is president, and I wish I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if Leo Messi will ever bury the hatchet with Joan Laporta. But look, man, even though he could have taken shots, he could have blamed people, he could have talked about Laporta, instead, he took the high road, like he always does. He went on to bless the Camp Nou. Everyone's talking about the Camp Nou yesterday. And, when greatness walks into your house again, you better believe. You just better believe. Because Leo Messi stepped a foot at the Camp Nou. Something special is about to happen. Guys, thank you for watching until the end. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't already, let me know in the comments. Would you take Leo Messi back at Barcelona? Because for me, I think the door is open, and maybe, just maybe, you're saying there's a chance, and maybe the story isn't over yet.